I really felt like I hated Carolyn, and I felt like I didn't love her anymore. So I confronted Carolyn with that, and we had always had firm belief that we'd never get divorced. And I broke my leg, had gone for an MRI. When I went and saw the specialist afterwards, he said that they found like a growth on my neck and that it could be cancerous.
Tried to commit suicide myself down at my grandfather's farm. I'd, taken a gun and put it underneath my chin and pulled the trigger, and, of course it didn't go off. I remember God telling me this is your last chance, and knew that I had to change as a dad and a husband. And that was a big turning point for me.
I wrestled, I threw sheets off the bed, just an absolute hours and hours of turmoil. And I'm sitting in the house by myself, and I get the Bible. And it said, love her as Christ loved the church, Ephesians 5. And then God said, I want you to call your wife and tell her you will not abandon her. Man, that was like vinegar in my mouth. But I picked up that phone.
I went walking, and the Holy Spirit spoke.
Figure out everything. Just trying to, God, you ever been there like, God, what the heck? Like, where are you? Like, and I began to question everything, and I'm worshiping God, and he showed me this picture. He painted this picture of this dirty rock. It was like covered in lava, and that black lava that's dried, and it was like this thing, and he chipped the end off, and on the inside, there was a small piece of gold. And he said to me, so strongly in my spirit, he said, Joel, that's your marriage. You need to go get it. And so there I am, like, what the heck do I do with that? Because it's now a year and a half. And when this is done, I'm like, how do I go get this marriage? And so I just drove over to her house and pulled out the front. I said, hey, called her on the phone. Hey, we really need to really need to talk. And she's like,
And honestly, deep down inside, I knew that I was supposed to be with her. But, I was lost, confused. So much junk in my life. A little glimpse of what was going on in those seasons. There was many nights I would fall asleep crying because I knew that there was a promise that I made to a widow. There was a promise that I made to a young lady. There was a promise that I made to a child to be there for them. And here I am choosing sin instead of
Oh gosh, thank God that his will is stronger than mine. His grace, God said it was time for me to come home, and here I am. They cannot describe it any other way. For me personally, I'm here by the grace and mercy. For sins and trespasses, there's no desire or will for God, but God, the Holy Spirit, will come in and convict you and open your eyes, and he will change your desires and your will, and he will draw you in. Jesus said that no one can come to the Father unless he draws them in. So that's my short and brief understanding of that.